Ainias realizes it's a different team, but the fact that you guys won this game against LSU a year ago, does that add to the confidence preparing this week?
I mean, like you said, this is a different team. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, yes, we definitely feel like we can go ahead and use some of the players that we had last year, some of the same schemes and whatnot. But really, we just coming in with because we kind of have like a new staff almost on the offensive side. So I mean, I guess you could say we coming in with a new game plan. But the confidence is for sure there. Yes, sir. We just have to go out and execute.
Their offense is obviously very prolific, scoring a lot of points. Does that put a little pressure on you guys to answer?
In a way, yes. I believe that pressure is a privilege. You know what I'm saying? So that pressure for us to be able to go out and make plays, I feel like that just comes with the game. You know what I'm saying? You're not able to necessarily stress or be harp on the fact that their offense is pretty good. You just have to go out and play your game and let the scoreboard speak for itself.
We'll go front row on the right side to Travis.
No, it won't affect you, but just generally speaking, what do you think are the key characteristics that a head coach should have at Texas A&M?
Man, one, I'll say poise. You know what I'm saying? Whether things are going good, whether things are going bad, you always have to stay poised, keep a level head. I was just watching something on Tom Brady and C.J. Stroud, and they was like, what does it, C.J. asked Tom, he was like, what does it take for a QB to, like, when things are going good, to stay level-headed? And basically he was just saying, like, you have to treat this like it's a profession. Like, in college, you have probably your family members, your friends that want to come, and, like, it's a vacation almost to them to be able to come to the games and whatnot. But for a player, and I feel like also a head coach, like, the games and fun times are out of the picture. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a leader. You have to do the hard things that people always don't want to do, make the hard decisions, you know what I'm saying, and really just be a boss in a way. Some of those characteristics, like I said, great leadership skills, great poise, you know what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of respect has to be earned from the head coaching job. And then on top of all of that, really just, I guess you could say, not necessarily a player's coach, but like somebody that gets along with all the players, you know what I'm saying, and has a great relationship with all the players, families. There's a lot of things that can go into the head coaching job, but those are just a few.
We'll go back behind the lights in the middle to Tyler.
Ainias, is playing in Baton Rouge any different or more difficult than other stadiums you've been to?
Man, Death Valley is definitely one of those places where you had to come and play basically almost a perfect game in order to win. You know what I'm saying? That place is always rocking. The fans don't like you. You know what I'm saying? The players, they always play hard in their home stadium, and it's definitely somewhere that is a little bit tougher for sure.
Do you think being a morning game this year rather than the normal night game is going to be any different?
It may be a little different just because, it's in the morning. I haven't played at LSU in the morning. It's either always been at like 2:30 or like 6:30 at night, so we'll see.
And then just, what did you see from Moose on Saturday? And, why do you feel like, we didn't see more of that, throughout the year?
Man, so what I seen from Moose was, first off, he was ready for the moment. You know what I'm saying? He comes prepared each week to make sure whenever his number is called, he's ready. And as far as why we probably haven't seen that much, I mean, that's not really up to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to, as a player, as a receiver mainly, you have to really just be ready for every moment. You know what I'm saying? Every situation, whenever your number is called, just stay ready. And I feel like that showed this past Saturday.
We'll go front row on the left side to Cease and then Olin.
Getting back to talking about LSU, of course, that's one of the games you missed last year, and people talk about it being a rivalry. And the last two games you played, you didn't have great receiving stats, whether you were a decoy or what. What's your thoughts on, do you consider LSU a rivalry, and do you feel that maybe you're due a good game?
In a way, you know, the media, the fans, everybody has kind of made it like a rivalry in a way. I remember when A&M, well, really when Coach Fisher had first came here, I believe the rivalry actually started here when they went into like the little 7 overtime and whatnot. And I feel like whenever we play LSU, it's always going to be a tough game, you know what I'm saying? Hard-hitting, physical, whatever the case is. But necessarily to be able to call it a rivalry game, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call it a rivalry game. I feel like it's just a hard-hitting game, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it's going to be each time we see each other. But I do feel like this is going to be a very intense game, especially for it to be the last game of the season. So, for sure.
We'll go second row on the right to Olin and then Rob.
Yeah, nice. I don't know if you remember or if you even heard him say this, but last year, Jalen Preston said the motivation for Texas A&M in that game against LSU was to, and I'm quoting him, piss in their Cheerios. So I'm asking you, what would you say is the primary motivation for y'all this year?
It was really just the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? That's what Coach E has been preaching to us. Really gave us a reason to continue to fight this year, finish this season out strong, and just continue to play for each other. And really, that's what I think it is, the brotherhood. We love each other, you know what I'm saying? We're going to fight for each other, and that's what it's going to have to be.
We'll go third row on the left side to Rob and then Brent.
Ainias, there's been some discussion about how leaving 2 days before a game, I don't know if a decision's been made about this one, but it just as a player, getting in late on a Thursday night and having to hang out all day on a Friday, just give me your opinion. What's that been like as a player? And if you were Coach Smith, what decision would you make as far as when you'd get there?
So I've actually had to deal with both sides. 2020 year, we had left each game on a Friday, and then, you know, the year before that and these previous years, we always left on Thursday. But I feel like leaving on Thursday, it depends because, you know, we be getting out of practice a little late, and then they give us like about a hour window to go ahead and shower, get our stuff ready and whatnot, and then we hit the plane and whatnot. But it's a little tough because we get there around, like, depending on the place again, it ranges from like 11 all the way to like 1 o'clock in the morning. So you just got to be able to maneuver your way into making the right decisions, you know what I'm saying, for your body, for your teammates, making sure that you get the proper rest. Sometimes it is a little tough depending on what you had going on that day or whatnot, and depending on how the practice had went. But leaving on Thursday is a little bit tough sometimes. Like I said, depending on where we go. I remember this year we went to, I believe it was Tennessee. We got there around like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Didn't go to sleep till like 2, had an 11 a.m. game. But it's just, what I would personally do, I mean, I would probably say leave on Friday, probably, you know what I'm saying? I know for me, personally, I like to go ahead and just clear my mind, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if we had that Thursday to just sit in, relax, get our stuff ready, come back on that Friday, depending on what we have to do, me personally, I'll probably send everybody to school, you know what I'm saying? Like, finish your schoolwork, make sure that your head is in the right place, not wandering, trying to do other things or whatever. Leaving on Thursday does have its advantages, you know what I'm saying? You get there and you're only focusing on being there with the meeting times and whatnot. But, yeah, personally, I'll probably just leave on Friday, have everybody go to school, come back for meetings, and then let's go ahead and hit it and get ready.
We'll go front row on the right side to Brent.
So you've had all these morning starts, I think 5, 11 a.m. starts. Do y'all have to get up? Like, what's the process there? And do you think because you've had all that experience this year, that could help you in this one?
I mean, yes, for sure. Definitely think that this will be able to, well, us playing all these 11 a.m. games would be able to help us have like a slight edge, I guess you could say, a slight advantage or whatnot. But at the same time, the process is always going to be difficult, you know what I'm saying? You got to wake up at 6 a.m., and then you basically have to stay up the whole time. You wake up, do like the little team meal or whatever, team breakfast, go on a team walk. I believe when we have 11 a.m. games, we go on a team walk first, and then come back for like our little team meal. You go back upstairs for like an hour, probably not even, like 45 minutes, and then you got to come back down with your stuff ready in your hand, dressed to get ready to go play. So, I mean, it's a little tough, but it is what it is.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think if, like, I know the league is around the corner for you, but you would actually have another year if you chose.
Yes.
Have you made that decision in terms of what your plan is next?
No, I haven't made that decision yet. Like I had said last press, I'm gonna go ahead and just make that decision when it's time to make that decision.
Yeah, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
moving on to the NFL.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We'll go toward the back of the room to Chip to wrap things up.
Ainias, have you thought about whether you'd play in a bowl game or not?
I have thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in that situation, it's kind of hard to judge, you know what I'm saying, because I'm so team-oriented, and I definitely want to go ahead and play in the bowl game. Last time I played in a bowl game was 2020 in the Orange Bowl, and that was so lit. You know what I'm saying? That was so turned. So I definitely would love to play in another bowl game, but like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and make that decision when it's time to make that decision.
How much of the decision revolves around whether you will come back or go to the NFL?
I mean, that does play a factor, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just going ahead and focus on this week, focus on beating LSU, and then I'll be able to answer those questions after this week.
All right, that's all we have. Thank you, Ainias.
Cool. Thank y'all. God bless.